We're not competing with you.
We don't take it like that, yeah.
yes.
It's a lovely magazine, and I believe now this is on second edition. When we think of luxury, we think of Essentia Environments and Essentia Home. And we're sitting in this beautiful store of Essentia Home on MG Road in Delhi with the founder and CEO Hardesh Chawla. Thank you for being here with us, Hardesh.
My pleasure entirely, and so good to be here with you. Always a pleasure to spend some time with you.
And it's always a pleasure to be here. So, I'm really curious. The evolution as Essentia Environments grew to Essentia Home and now is growing further. What has this journey been like? Could you tell us a little bit about it?
There are so many adjectives that come to my mind. Tiring seems to, I think, come up out of all those adjectives that I can think of. Exciting, of course. Hard, that too, yes. It has taken all our energy. It has forced us to, I think, work harder than we possibly imagined we could. But beyond that, it has also been rewarding for all of us. Not just us as a management, but I think for all our team members. Not in terms of the monetary rewards, but I think in the terms of learning that we have been getting. One of the things which I think we have kept on doing non-stop over the last at least 5 or 6 years, if not longer, is that we have kept on adding new capabilities.
Such as?
So let's say we got into manufacturing to start with. Then within manufacturing, we started adding more lines of furnishings, art and artifacts, outdoor furniture. Within our furniture, we started designing the lines.
So if I come to you, I'll get everything in one go. That's
Of course, I think that's well established. We are the only one-stop shop when it comes to any high-end interiors, whether commercial or residential. That goes without saying. But I think within each category, there is so much range, the width of what we offer. If you take only furnishings, so within that small category, and that I would say is probably 2% or less than that of what we do.
Right.
But within furnishings, you will find hundreds of cushion designs, hundreds of
so
bed.
well detailed.
Exactly, So the amount of time and effort that we put into each element, no matter how small or large it is, I think that the team and us personally we find very rewarding. Because वो कहते हैं ना, जब तक अपने हाथ से कुछ नहीं करोगे ना, तो वो सीख पाओगे, ना उसका मजा ले पाओगे. And because we have been doing, I don't know if the camera can point to the carpet. If you look at the carpet, the one thing, you may like it, you may love it, you may not like it, but one thing that I think everybody will acknowledge is that this is different. The vibrancy, the pop of color that it brings, the pattern. So each thing that we do, and this carpet being one such example, it stands out. And it stands out for the only this thing is that everybody from the design team to the production to the marketing to I would say our staging and styling team, everybody is keen to give their inputs. So that I think is one of the most I would say positives that I take out of this. On the other side, other side of the coin is that it keeps us on our toes. It keeps us very busy. Keeps us young, if I may say.
Too young.
Because whenever you do something for the first time, it's for us at least, and I'm assuming that it's probably true for others also. It's fiendishly difficult to get it right the first time.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is we make mistakes. Mistakes keep you humble. It keeps you guarded. Keeps you, keeps on telling you on a daily basis how much more we have to learn. So that I think personally I take that as a big win.
It is.
So.
I mean, in fact, you're one of the few people who use extensively a lot of Indian stone, while at the same time having a lot of international brands in terms of furniture and decor with you. So it's both best of both worlds. It's Indian as well,
True.
and it is international. How do you manage this balance? It's tricky, right?
So okay. So what does Essentia stand for? One of the if you were to ask any of our customers or any of our clients, I think one of the things that they are going to say, most of them, what they are going to acknowledge is that we are most certainly value conscious. Okay, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Value does not mean cheap. Value does not even necessarily mean cheaper. But what it means is that we identify what works best for that particular task. Now, when we look at Indian marble, what you are going to see is that it has a lot of character, it has a lot of color, a lot of vibrancy. Now, most of our projects, they are monotones, and deliberately so. Uska bhi karan hai. Why? Because I think whatever you design, one of the key attributes that we go for is to keep it timeless. It makes sense, in
Right.
interiors you end up spending so much money and effort, energy, time. You don't want, unlike fashion, you cannot and you do not want it to be transitory. In sense, you don't want to change it every 6 months, every 1 year.
But don't you feel today in interiors, most of the people who are trying to achieve that luxe look, it looks similar, right? How do you break away from not being that similar? Like, is it because of the materials you're using? Is it the textures you're giving? How do you break away from that?
See, everything starts with creating a story first, and story is a direct function of your own innate sensibilities. Okay, and it encourages me to see that each designer now, especially post-COVID, they have found a genre of their own. Everybody, before COVID, if you would think hard, you will find that most of the manufacturers, most of the designers, they were doing kind of similar work. They were taking inspirations from, I don't know, whatever worked in the past, and they were just giving a different variation of
Primarily
that.
overseas, I think.
A different variation of that. But I think post-COVID, I'm encouraged by this, that most of the designers, architects, interior designers, they are finding a language of their own. Now, Essentia has this clean, functional language that we have been following for very, very long time. And as our exposure has grown, as our clientele has grown, as I think our manufacturing capabilities have grown, we have been able to bring more diversity into what we are able to offer. Now, what you had asked me earlier, that how do we keep a balance between whether we are using Indian marble or we are using Rematizio or we are using some imported
Tom Dixon or whatever.
Tom Dixon. So there are things that we can do in-house with materials which is available locally. Okay, that are if not equal, but in most cases better alternative. Okay, so I don't see any sense as to why I should use exotic Brazilian marble that has been imported from 20,000 kilometers, at an expensive, exorbitant price,
Right.
when I have a better or equivalent marble available in India at 1/10 the price. So it's just rational.
But did you have to educate the customer?
Customer, half the time they don't even know whether this is Brazilian or Indian. Maybe, and honestly speaking, they don't care. That's what they've hired us for. It's not their job to be either aware of that or to take a call on this. So a good architect will insulate the client from all these mundane decisions. That's not his
Right.
job.
Right.
His job is to give us his wish list, the direction, his functional requirements, aesthetic preferences, and then after that it's all ours. Now we decide. Now sometimes they may come up with one of the things, data set that they may share is a certain stone that they absolutely love and adore, and they want to use it. Depending upon the availability or the costing, we may decide to introduce it. But 9 out of 10 times, I don't think we get into those micro detailing with the client. We just get a general vibe, and then after that we decide. Second, everybody talks about sustainability. One of the key elements of being sustainable is using locally available materials.
Yes.
And दूसरा, मोदी जी कब से कह रहे हैं make in India? Why should we stop sending our money overseas when there is something better available locally? Now, does this mean we should stop trading with the world? Absolutely not. There are things which we cannot do. I look at Rematizio's product. There's no way I can manufacture that, not in the next 20 years, maybe longer.
It's that good.
It is the best. It is the best. If you look at the product, and I'll give you a round and I'll
Right.
show you why it is good. It's a technical product. It's an architectural product. It is not furniture. So something for which you need hundreds of years of skill, ecosystem. So there I understand. If the project so requires, we are happy to bring those brands into our portfolio under our umbrella and offer the client. But for 8 out of 9 things, I think locally made materials are better, which is what we have been trying to
But
create.
tell me something. There must be some trend which is stayed on. Like for instance, we're sitting on a boucle space. This was 2.5 years ago, suddenly breaking out. And I believe the next 5 years later also this will still be there. What is so special about this material?
Okay, so first of all, you mentioned trends.
Yes.
I think it was Oscar Wilde who said, trends are so ugly that we have to replace them every 6 months. Yes. So first of all, when it comes to interiors, please do not follow trends.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to upholstery, personally, I think Monica will also endorse that.
Okay.
We like textures.
Yeah, that's very clear.
It gives another dimension to the product.
Yeah.
You know. Two, the texture also gives that variation in the color, so that even though most of the fabrics that we use are high performance fabrics, and if they are not, then we use those nano coatings to protect. But still, India being India, you know, and it is a dusty environment.
It is.
So when you have this texture, this thing, it is generally resistant to looking dirty. So that's another practical aspect. And of course, end of the day, there's also a personal choice. So I just like when there is texture in the upholstery material.
I absolutely love. There's a marble finish which has a leather marble finish, and it's an Indian marble.
Yes.
So this again, it's textured and it's got that feel of it. So, and I think you're one of the few people, actually few design houses who are doing this. And speaking of design houses, you're a design house. I mean, I can come in architects and interior designers, and an architect can also come to you.
True.
And a lot of them do.
True.
So how do you balance this? Like everything which you're doing, you're balancing two very different worlds together. You're a man of a lot of contrast. So how does it go?
Okay, so the fact that we offer design services, I think for a discerning mind, that's a plus. Okay, some people do look at us and might think, okay, they could be our potential competitors.
Yes.
I don't look at it that way, and I think a lot of architects also understand and they don't look at it that way. One, India is a huge market.
It is.
It's a huge market, and like I said, each designer, each architect is finding its own signature style, and people come to it because of that. If a client is happy with you, there's no way he'll come to me for designing. Okay. So a designer understands that. An accomplished designer understands it very well. Two, now he understands because I have been on his side of the table for very long. So he understands his concerns. So he understands that I understand that. You know, as an architect, one of the most irritating things that I experienced, and I think Monica also will say the same thing, is that once you have done with the project, once you have conceptualized it, mentally, we felt our job was done.
Okay.
Somebody has engaged us to design. We did that. Our job is done.
Everything.
We are not your project managers. I am not going to find vendors. I shouldn't be the one doing that. You know. But who does that? That's my question. Why? If the client goes ahead and identifies vendors on his own, now he neither has that eye nor the experience. So what he's going to do is he'll either end up selecting a product that doesn't fit well, or he might end up engaging with a vendor whose bona fides are not well established.
Right.
Okay, they might delay the project, they might give something which is subpar, or they may not be able to translate the design sensibility into the product as much as it needs to. So the client leans on the architect. For each small minor decision, the file comes back to the architect. Okay. Now imagine you are an architect, you are a busy architect. You have hundreds of projects, and each project has hundreds of moving parts. Okay. And now you get a file of products, and each single product would probably have 10 or 15 drawings. Okay. And there are, let's say, hundreds of products from one vendor in a project. Now you get a file with 1,000 pages. The vendor says, "Sir, please review." Okay. Practically, what are you going to do?
It probably will be like, I have too many things to do than to look at this.
So what you're going to do is you're going to say, "Did you check?" "Yes." "Okay, go ahead." And then something goes wrong.
Right.
When the product comes, it doesn't fit well with the other elements that were ordered from someone else. Okay. Or the proportions are wrong, or the standard dimensions somehow,
or it's not giving the look you wanted it to go.
So the client would say, whose mistake is this? The vendor is going to say, "Sir, architect साहब sign कर दिया था, मैंने तो वही बनाया है." Okay. Architect genuinely does not have time. So I think they understand that with us, that we give that additional insurance. First, that complete ambiguity is removed. Why? Because we are not contractors, we are also designers. So even if I were just given a direction, that this is the theme, this is the language, we can design everything else from there on. We are not dependent on the architect. Two, because we do everything. If one product doesn't fit the other, it's nobody's problem but ours.
Right.
So that comfort, that convenience for both architect and the client.
I have to say, like, for some of your vanities upstairs are just gorgeous, and it's nothing like, as a consumer who is actually buying probably a sink, there's no better solution than to get a structure that fully it fits custom into my space. So I see a lot of merit in what you're saying.
No, you mentioned vanity. Now, if you remember, those vanities are very small. 3 feet, 4 feet by 2 feet high, or whatever, so 8 feet. So no contractor wants to manufacture those.
Yeah.
They're fiendishly difficult. Anything that has got anything to do with water is very tricky to get right.
Oh wow.
Because water will always find a way out. Okay. So most of the contractors, they found the easy solution. They say no. For us, vanity is one of the core product item of our entire project.
Oh, really?
Now,
that's why it's so well designed.
It is one of the products.
I spent 30 minutes on one vanity. That's how
you did, because
impressed
the more time you spend, the more you begin to appreciate. So we do not have the luxury to saying no. Even if a project needs one handle, now that handle somebody has conceptualized, and most of the architects, they are very close to certain details. But then 9 out of 10 contractors are going to say, sir, this we cannot do. Not because they cannot do. The fact is they don't want to do. Because it is not profitable. One handle, who's going to profit from it? But because we are doing the entire project, we are going to take care of each and every minute detail, no matter how small or big it is, whether it is profitable or not. Because profit is project-wise, not product-wise. Often we end up making things which we do not make any money on. But the way I look at it is, it's giving us some learning. It's helping us build that relationships, or rather cement that relationship with the client and the architect. And farak kya padta hai? As long as we are not losing money, I'll always say we'll go ahead, and do it.
Right. But this details matter, and that's something I've seen across.
And which is what architects appreciate. That's what we become their, one and the only.
Talking about architects appreciating, in your latest venture, rather, the magazine that you guys are taking on, I saw a lot of testimonials.
We are not competing with you.
We don't take care of that. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a lovely magazine, and I believe now that you're in second edition. And I saw a lot of testimonials of wonderful architects in it.
Yes.
So
I think okay. See, not everybody is same, and I don't know who it was. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I was telling somebody that something is standard or same world over. You'll have small percentage of people who are very nice, no matter what. There's a small percentage of people who are not nice, no matter what. And then there's bulk. The bell curve mein jab hum banate hain, to bulk of people will fall in that category. They are nice if you are nice to them, and they are not so nice if you are not so nice to them. And then I think architects are also part of the population, and they also fall into that. Some architects will always be nice, and most of the architects are nice or not so nice, depending upon the circumstances and how you behave with them. And what I am seeing, and I meet a lot of architects, through the events or the exhibitions and all these things, I find most of them are more than willing to support, more than willing to collaborate, because I think they also understand the market is so huge. And if any firm, not just Essentia, if any firm can eliminate few of all of their pain points, that's the idea. That even if few of their pain points, it allows them to do so much more, So they understand that, I think.
Tell me one thing about Essentia that the world does not know.
We have been speaking about everything and anything for so long.
Maybe that you have a mill?
Sorry?
Maybe that you have a mill. I don't know if everybody knows that.
A mill in sense for fabric?
For everything. You can manufacture everything.
Whatever you see on Essentia's website or Instagram, on everything, we do everything in-house. At least 90% of that. What we do not do in-house is that we have exclusive arrangements or collaborations with those global brands. We do have plans to add more brands. Why? Because I think a true ecosystem needs to have, architects have different tastes, different preferences, their clients have different requirements. So I think we need to bring that comfort. I hate to say no to an architect or interior designer, and which is what I tell everyone. And Ritik, I think, is in true sense, he's their mundu. Chota bhai, mundu, whatever. Ritik, ye challenge hai, ye problem hai, solve it for me. And we want our infrastructure to back Ritik. So if an architect comes and says, I need this one element in 2 weeks, ideally we should be able to say yes, ho jayega. So for that, that's a simple statement. हो जाएगा, count on us, it done. आपने हमें बता दिया, भूल जाओ. But उसके पीछे फिर हमें 1000 लोगों की या और ज़्यादा deeper capabilities create करनी पड़ती है. And then when you talk about the entire gamut of things that go in high-end space, it's a sheer number is mind-boggling. We have more than 1,000 products in this experience center itself, and each of those products will have multiple selections, multiple finishes. Now to have all of them ready, or all of them to be in a position where any of those things can be created within a couple of weeks, now that's a huge ask. And that's what we want to be,
So, what's next for you?
Next is 2 things. Both one, expansion from distribution perspective. We want to be closer to where our architects and clients are, so that we bring this convenience, so they can see within their 20 kilometers or wherever they are, so they should be able to touch and feel our products. Even though I think people are beginning to know what Essentia is, I still think of ourselves as a brand building phase. So we'll continue to participate in more exhibitions. We do plan to open more stores, at least one this year, and then next year onwards, hopefully we'll start finding the right partners and go the franchisee route and be in all the major cities. So that is the immediate goal. Of course, simultaneously we are building on a product collection. We are adding very, very aggressively new products, new ranges, new brands.
And how soon do these come? Like how soon will you be doing it?
So it's a non-stop thing. So every day we are making few new products. Now how soon they come to display, typically from the day you have conceptualized something, it's at least 6 months, if not more, before it comes to the showroom. So we are adding more designers, so not just in our internal teams, but also global designers.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
We already have 14 on board, but we are adding on to that. See, the ultimate goal is to start exporting, to reverse the trend of
exporting under Essentia Home only, under your own brand.
Of course.
That was really cool.
Of course. So for a long, long time, when it came to high-end products in our category, everybody assumed that Europe is the only place. China was for cheaper copies, but
Europe was for luxury.
For luxury and for original designs, so it was income. I'm genuinely committed to reversing that trend in whatever
and I'm
capacity. I'm
genuinely committed to supporting that because I think that's fantastic. That's such an amazing
I tell this to all media houses. I said, as a journalist, it's your genuine responsibility. Modi ji कितने सालों से बोल रहे हैं make in India, make in India, make in India. Now, how do we make in India if we do not get support from you? India is a large market, but it is still much smaller than the global market. And ultimately, if we cannot supply to everybody else, then we are limiting ourselves. So which means your design, your standards, your certifications, your product quality, your packing, everything has to be of that standard to be able to export, And we have set ourselves a difficult challenge. So export not to CIS countries or to Africa or this thing. We want to start with Europe.
And directly at the edge of very, very good design is what you want to go.
Because
that'll prove yourself to that.
Not just that, but competition also spurs you to innovate more, to become better, So isolation में बैठे हुए हम अपने आप को जो मर्जी, we can keep patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
But once you go there, once you see what others are doing, whenever we go to an exhibition, we are always humbled. We see what beautiful work others are doing, and then that's I shouldn't, but I still take a lot of pride in that. that if this is happening in India, especially when I see some younger,
Next
design firm
generation
coming
doing
up with
it,
this
yes.
thing, yeah. So that I think it genuinely gladdens my heart, because as an Indian, that gives me that pride that we have that capability. Now we just need to start scaling it up.
Scaling it and refining it to what the global standards
Yes,
would
yes,
be.
yes.
But thank you so much, Hardesh, for being here with us
pleasure,
today
my pleasure,
and
my pleasure.
giving us a lovely sneak peek into the inner workings of not only Essentia but the luxury market itself. So, and here's to stay tuned to watch more from him. Thank you.
Now we just need to start scaling it up.
Scaling it and refining it to what the global standards
Yes,
would be.
yes, yes.
But thank you so much, Hardesh, for being here with us
pleasure,
today
my pleasure,
and
my pleasure.
giving us a lovely sneak peek into the inner workings of not only Essentia but the luxury market itself. So, and here's to stay